What is going on YouTube, and welcome back to another video. And in today's video, I'm going to cover three main signs that you are on your way or might currently be experiencing dating burnout. Now, if you're new to the channel, my name's Nayar, and this is a channel where we give bittersweet, no BS advice on topics such as men's mental health, lifestyle, self-improvement, career, dating, relationships, male life, and so much more. So get the likes up, hit the subscribe button, and with all that being said, let's hop into the video. The first sign that you might be experiencing dating burnout is that you have just this lack of excitement in your life when it comes to dating. When you go on a date with a new girl, usually there's always a little bit of excitement, right? That this could potentially be a person that you get into this relationship with. This is a girl that you really vibe with. When you're experiencing a burnout or you're on your way to experiencing burnout, what I've noticed throughout my early and mid-20s when I'd be going on tons of dates is I just lost that excitement factor. Going on dates just wasn't exciting anymore because you realize over time it's just the same repetitive, redundant processes again and again. For the 10th time this past month, how many times can you take girls to these certain locations, do the same type of activities? The excitement level's gone, and even don't get nervous at all. And now, not saying that you have to get super nervous before all your dates, but it is natural as human beings, right, to get at least a little bit nervous before a date. Not saying you got to be sweating bullets and stuttering all the time and hyperventilating, that kind of nervous, but it's natural to be a little bit nervous before you go on these dates. And that's just human nature. But even then, when you're experiencing a burnout, what I've noticed personally is just there's no nerves even at that point in time. You're not nervous. You just simply don't care. At this point, you've dated so many girls. You just have seen it all. You've seen it all. In the back of your mind, you're already kind of in like a doom and gloom stage even for some people, where it's like, okay, what's next? What's the excuse going to be? Is this girl going to ghost? Are we just going to do a one-night stand? Let it be. How's the vibe going to go? It's probably not going to work out. You start experiencing a lot of negative thoughts, and because of that, just the excitement goes down. Your excitement factor is gone. So that is definitely one of the first signs of dating burnout. Now, the second sign when it comes to dating burnout is that you just stop putting in all this effort when it comes to dating. The effort when it comes to dating is just going downhill. So what does that entail, right? Maybe your outfits, your style, even your grooming to a certain extent when you're going on these dates, it's just become half-assed. You're not putting in the effort at all. You just simply don't care, right? At this point in time, dating's just become more than just a habit in your life. It's just become a natural part of your life where you've gone on so many dates, you're just tired of putting in the effort all the time. You're half-assing these dates, which also goes to the other part in itself where the lack of effort, right? Not saying when you go on dates, you got to take girls to these 5-star restaurants or pay for like 3-course meals or even take a girl out to dinner all the time. Not saying you got to do anything that fancy, but for first dates, the effort is just gone. You might have gone from doing a fun activity at the very least, like mini golfing or bowling, or even just grabbing a drink at a cool spot. All of those types of dates that are actually kind of fun, that effort has gone down the drain. Now it's just straight up like, oh, let's just get a coffee and that's it. Or, oh, let's just get an ice cream, that's it. Like the creativity factor is gone because you're just so tired. You're just so tired of coming up with dates, coming up with this and that and X, Y, and Z, taking her here, taking her there. All the strategic planning is just gone. A lot of people, they're like, oh, we're vibing a lot. I'm going to take her to this cool spot near my place. Maybe after the date, I'll ask her if she wants to grab a drink at my place after. That effort is just completely gone. I mean, some people just revert even back to like hookup culture on their like first date plans where they just straight up ask the girl, hey, let's just split a bottle of wine at my place. Because simply, they're tired of putting in the effort. They're tired of putting in the money. They're tired of just coming up with creative date ideas where they kind of even just resort back to this hookup culture where they're just straight up ask the girl to come back to their place. And a lot of times it's just not even just the hookup, it's just the lack of effort. They just simply don't care. Most girls, from my experience, unless they're these DTF looking for something casual girls, most girls, right, when it comes to hooking up on the first date or taking a girl back to your place, they're going to want to at least meet up at an outside spot, a public place, for at least a little bit for them to get to know you before they go back for dessert, if you know what I mean. So really, man, the lack of effort, even showing up late to your dates, man, these are all signs that you're experiencing dating burnout. Now, the last sign that you might be experiencing dating burnout is more of a prerequisite. It's the fact that you're realizing that you are neglecting a lot of the things in your life. Really, if it comes to a point where you're noticing that the things that you need to get done on a weekly basis just aren't happening anymore, right? Getting groceries, running these errands, spending time with family, working on even like your hobbies, your side hustles, your businesses, not going to the gym even as much on a daily basis, on a weekly basis. These are all signs that you're experiencing this dating burnout. These are all signs that you are on the road to experiencing dating burnout. You're just noticing, things are getting messy, right? Maybe you live by yourself, your apartment's getting messy. You haven't gotten groceries in like a week. You haven't cooked dinner in like a couple days because you're always out eating. You're always out on dates, right? You haven't gone to the gym in a couple days. Things like that. That is a huge sign that you need to slow your roll down, slow it down. And again, that's really the third sign. Now, I don't want to make this video super negative on, dating sucks, you should stop dating, it's not worth it, it's a waste of your time, you're going to experience burnout. I'm not going to be one of those negative, brainwashed red pill dudes that just sit here and just talk negative all the time. Now, in order to cut down dating burnout, right, it's better to just really limit the number of dates you're going on per week. If you're really invested into self-improvement, if you're really just in monk mode, just grinding all the time, probably the safest bet, right? You're not going to be spending all this money all the time, right? You're not going to be spending so much time just hanging out with girls, going on dates, right? Doing hookups, all that shit. Go one day a week. It could be a Friday night or a Saturday night. Make sure you get all of your shit done before you go on that date, right? Just limit your time you're going on dates, man. One date a week. And in addition to that, man, the next biggest thing that you could do is limit the amount of girls that you're talking to. Now, there are all these dating coaches out there that'll tell you to go build these rosters of 3, 4, 5 women, right? Talk to each of them at a time. Look, man, it's tough, okay? It's tough balancing all that shit, right? If you have a job, if you live on your own, you have your own place, you're a guy with goals, ambitions, purposes, taking care of yourself, going to the gym, right? Balancing all of that, right? Balancing it with your other hobbies that you're involved with. You're not going to have time, okay? You're just not going to have time to be going on multiple dates per week. You're not going to have time to be balancing a roster filled with all these women, okay? So make sure you're limiting the amount of girls you're talking to, right? Honestly, I would just talk to like 2 girls at a time, right? Don't have a roster bigger than 2 girls, man. It's just a lot of effort. And when I mean roster, I don't mean hookup culture. I mean just girls that you're going on dates with, right? Really, man, at the end of the day, dating, it takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of time. It's a time commitment, right? You're not going to get into a relationship overnight, obviously. You're not going to get into a relationship in a couple of weeks, right? Unless the girl's like psycho or something, or unless you're like a complete simp. It takes time. It takes at least a couple months to form a true relationship with a woman. So keep that in mind, right? You don't got to psych yourself out. You don't got to go through this dating burnout phase where you got a roster of 5, 6 girls that you're going on dates with, every single week. Cut it down, man. Going on 1 date a week is perfectly fine. Cut the roster down to like 2 high quality women that you're talking to, okay? And really, if you're experiencing any of those signs of dating burnout, right? Just the lack of effort, realizing that you're neglecting things on your personal routine, and really lacking that level of excitement that you once had when you're first going on dates. If you're experiencing any of those signs, you might be experiencing a dating burnout, or you're on your way to a dating burnout, man. So anyways, guys, that is it for today's video. Let me know your thoughts below. Leave a comment, drop a like, and I'll catch you all in the next video somewhere out here. Peace.